And now let's talk about a different type of conflict. Elon Musk has thrown down the gauntlet. His latest adversary is Apple. Musk claims Apple is planning to remove Twitter from the Apple Store and accuses the tech giant of being against free speech. Musk tweets are all over the internet today. Lines are being drawn, teams are being picked. So are you Team Musk or Team Apple? In our next report, we tell you why neither is clear of blame. Take a look.
Take a look at these tweets from Elon Musk. He is taking aim at Apple CEO Tim Cook. He claims Apple has threatened to pull Twitter from the App Store, though he hasn't shared the details yet. Here's another tweet, one that Musk has since deleted. Using a meme, Musk suggested he is willing to go to war. But we'll come back to that in a minute. First, let's look at Apple. It's the world's most valuable public company. It used to be one of the biggest advertisers on Twitter. But now they've stopped paying for ads on the platform. Ever since Musk took over the platform, advertisers have been concerned about how he plans to moderate content. Musk claims to be a champion of free speech. He's recently conducted a poll. It was about whether to grant general amnesty to all banned accounts. After an overwhelmingly positive response, Musk has started reinstating the almost 62,000 permanently banned accounts. Remember, these accounts were banned for a host of reasons, such as hate speech, threats, doxing, which means revealing other users' addresses, and generally violating Twitter guidelines. Of course, this has shaken advertiser confidence. Their ads may appear on these account pages. No one would want their brand to be associated with hateful content, Apple included. But why has Musk taken aim at the iPhone maker in particular? Well, because of how much Apple contributes. Reports say Apple spent $48 million on Twitter ads in the first quarter of 2022. It was the top advertiser on the platform. Before Musk's takeover, advertising brought in about 95% of Twitter's revenue. You get our point. Advertising is what Musk is after. Musk may eventually need the advertisers to stay. Next, let's look at Musk's claim about Apple pulling Twitter. Apple has done something like this before with the social media app Parler. This was after the January 6th Capitol riots in the US. The app was accused of allowing users to organize the violence. Apple allowed it back after it changed its approach to content moderation. Musk may be worried that Apple may try and thwart his plans, force him to moderate content better. That could interfere with his free speech absolutism. But is publicly calling out Apple really the way to stop them? Antagonizing the tech giant could always backfire. Or is there something else at play? For that, let's shift our scrutiny to Apple. Last year, its revenue was almost $366 billion. The App Store alone brought in over $85 billion. From 2017 to 2021, earnings from the App Store grew by almost 120%. So as you can see, Apple earns a handsome sum from its App Store. In fact, the cut Apple takes has been called an indirect tax. It applies when you buy an app and while making in-app purchases. So now let's look at Musk's deleted tweet again. Remember, Musk wants to charge $8 a month for subscription to Twitter Blue. He'll need to pay Apple their cut. So, is the fight about free speech or retaining ad money? Or not paying the Apple tax? Let's be clear, the 30% fee hurts developers. Apple recently changed its fee structure after criticism from smaller developers. But companies generating less than $1 million still have to pay Apple 15%. This is still a heavy burden for developers, and, of course, users too. The fee eventually gets passed on to customers after all. The tech giant has faced multiple lawsuits over it already. Apple is accused of abusing its monopoly on the App Store. The US is still mulling antitrust legislation against big tech. Musk's latest tirade may just reignite the big tech monopoly debate. But what about you, the user? What would you choose? Unregulated free speech with no moderation and so the risk of hate spreading? Or would you choose moderation but by a monopoly? Apple, not the app developers, calling the shots. Does it feel like you're between a rock and a hard place? Maybe a simpler question then, would you really consider giving up your iPhone to support Musk's Twitter? Write to us and let us know.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.